Okay, everybody, this is Emar Sobatuta, Sports Inquirer. We're joined once again by Georgia Tech volleyball head coach Michelle Collier. Coach, successful run this past weekend with another home tournament. Just overall thoughts on how the team performed before we get to some specifics. Getting three victories over those few days.
Yeah, no, very proud of how we came out with the 3 wins. I think that we played really well, had a little bit of ups and downs in a couple of the matches, but I think that we were really able to respond well to those situations. So I think that good preparation and good growth and development from our team, and just really fun opportunity to be back at home in front of our fans and supporters. And we just have an awesome home atmosphere, and just to be able to play some big matches there and against some great teams and come out on top. I think it was pretty cool.
Yeah, going to the Arizona State match, you won the first two sets, and then that third set you dropped 25-13, and had a complete turnaround the fourth set, won that 25-10. What did you say in the huddle between that third and fourth set to have such a big turnaround? And have you been around? Have you had a match like that before where the team had such a rough third set and just completely dominated the fourth set like that?
Yeah, I couldn't exactly tell you what I said in the huddle, but just kidding. Like just the words I used. Um, but let's just say we wanted their attention. We wanted to make sure they stayed engaged in the match, and I think Arizona State made some changes and adapted in some things that it took us a long time to adjust to. Um, and I think we lost our focus a little bit at the service line. And we were able to refocus, I think, put pressure on their passers again, and have a better defensive um, performance against them the next game. So I think that was one of the biggest things. I was really proud of how they reacted after a not a so great, third set, and being able to turn around and really be efficient and adjust, and play, I think, with the demeanor that we needed to be playing and competing. Um, so that was great to see. I think that our first match of the year was a little bit similar. We lost the first set to Ole Miss as well, um, pretty handily, and then we were able to adjust and win that match. But it is something that we need to get better at. We can't be having these completely just blackout moments where we're just very out of character with the things that help us be the team that we are. So we're really, I think it's obviously early in the season, and you want to be going through these experiences as much as they're not fun to be going through it at the moment. I think that they're part of the growth and development of the team and of our character, and how how we're going to respond when our opponents do things that challenge us, and we got to start to respond faster. We have to have better solutions faster. Um, so those are all things that I was grateful for the situation, because I felt like we grew as a team there. So I was proud of them or how they responded. And also understand that this is, we're building this group and we're building this identity as a team. And the ups and downs are a part of this process.
Did you see that getting the FIU match? You swept that 3-0, and now FIU came into the match without a victory, but still, Division One competitive program. Did you see that focus from the start, and even in that finish, that final set, 25-9? Is that what you've been looking for from the team, just from dominance from the beginning, or aggressiveness from the beginning, all the way through an entire match?
For sure. I mean, we have to be consistent with our side of the net and the things that we do or how we compete and play the game. So it shouldn't vary based on who we're playing, and obviously this is easier said than done, but it is something that we strive for, and that that we try to do. FIU is a great team. They're going to do well in their conference and throughout the rest of the year. So it's an important one for us. And yeah, I like the way that they stayed focused. That we kept getting better as the match went on. We had a chance to really use a lot more players that match too, and they responded really well. Made plays when they came in. So it was nice to see that. Nice to have an opportunity to go to our bench and use our depth, because we will need it as we go through the season. So a very important weekend for us. Felt like we grew a lot as a team, and we also got exposed a lot to a lot of things that we're going to have to do at a higher level this next couple matches here to compete.
Yeah, we talk so much about Julie and her strong play and her accolades leading the nation, even in several categories. What about Aaron Moss and Bianca Bertolino getting all tournament selections and just being recognized for their start to the season?
Yeah, no, they're doing a good job. I think that they're still developing. I think they have yet to play, up to their potential. I think that they're still growing. There's still so much more that they're going to be doing this season. But just a solid tournament for them. I think that Bianca had a great defensive tournament. Her offensive numbers were stable and they weren't crazy, but they were also very good for what she was doing. And I think that Erin had a good blocking tournament as well. Good numbers there, blocking wise, and just a steady offense. So it was cool to see them get recognized for their performances this weekend. I'm looking forward for them to continue to develop and grow.
Yeah, what about that defense against FIU? Zero hitting percentage, uh, season high 13 blocks. What about the defensive effort and what you've seen from the team continue to develop that end of the court?
Yeah, no, I think that we knew who we needed to stop. I think in the first game we didn't do a very good job against their outsides, and they really hit at a high number against us that first set. So we were really able to refocus and put attention and take away some of the things that we scouted, and we wanted to make sure that those were, that they were harder for them to execute certain things. And I think that once we dialed in and focused on that, took away a little bit of their favorite shots, we were really able to make them uncomfortable, and not as confident in the things that they were doing, and be able to really set a defensive tone and finish the match strong on that side of the game.
Yeah, and now this weekend, and it's a unique setup. You have another as home tournament, but you're hosting two top 10 teams in BYU on Thursday and then Ohio State on Sunday. Uh, Talk about those matches, and you mentioned getting the RPI up and facing this competition. Would you have been comfortable putting your team in this type of position a few years ago? I mean, these are really elite teams. And is this just part of the growth of the program? And hosting them is obviously a big deal as well, getting some national exposure. But what talking to us through that process of feeling your team comfortable enough to be in this position to host a BYU and an Ohio State over a 4-day period?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think we definitely understand that to do the things that we want to do this season, we have to challenge ourselves with our non-conference schedule, which are the ones that we have control over, and really maximize our opportunity. I think that we wanted to play a lot of tournament teams, a lot of different strengths and weaknesses, different conferences. Um, so it's awesome for us to be getting two great teams here. There are two amazing coaches as well, and they're doing an awesome job with their programs. And just I think our fans are looking forward to that kind of competition as well, and early in the year, outside of our conference. So it's pretty cool. I think that our results speak for itself, and it was, I think that to be the team that we are today, we have to be competing against the best in the country. And that's what we're doing, and we're grateful for the opportunity to host them here, and to get a good competition here with them. But we understand the challenges of it, but also know that we're prepared for it, and whatever happens, happens. I think either way, it's going to be great for our program.
Yeah, and then what about BYU? I know it's the first opponent. You have a top 10 team, a very strong form, only one loss so far this year. What have you seen from the Cougars and how they've played this year? And what challenges will they present for you?
Yeah, no, they're one, very well coached. I think that they're constantly in the top 25 over the years. So just a program that's very well established and has been amongst the best in the country for a long time. We don't get an opportunity to play them very often, so I think that this is pretty cool that we'll get a chance to play them. They're fast, they're athletic, They have a great setter who is running a great offense. Um, just a lot of really good energy around them, and how they play and compete. So I think very similar to our team. I think that they're scrappy, they're athletic, they're fast, dynamic, and so I think it's going to be a really fun match. I think that there's going to be some great volleyball being played, and just a fun atmosphere, and a fun way to compete against some really great players and very well coached team.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. Luck this weekend, and we'll
Thank
catch up
you.
again soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, Marcel.